You know that feeling when you're reading a book and a wave of emotion just washes over you? A sense of dread or joy or complete peace? Yeah, that's not an accident. Storytellers are absolute masters at crafting our feelings. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on two of their most powerful secret weapons. I mean, really think about it. Have you ever been on the edge of your seat, your heart pounding, while reading about some creepy haunted house? But the character describing it sounds totally detached, almost clinical. Or maybe you found yourself laughing at a character's sarcastic jokes about a situation that's actually pretty tragic. And that right there, that's where the magic happens. It's the push and pull between the emotional world the author builds for you, the reader, and the specific attitude the narrator has about that world. It all comes down to two simple but powerful concepts: mood and tone. So let's break down what they really are. All right, to really get a grip on this, we've got to crack the code that separates these two ideas. Now, they sound kind of similar, I know, but trust me, they do two very, very different jobs in a story. Okay, so here's the bottom line. Mood is all about you. It's the atmosphere of the scene, the overall feeling it creates inside of you. Is it spooky, romantic, tense? That feeling, that's the mood. Tone, on the other hand, is all about the author's or the narrator's attitude. It's what they think about what's going on. Are they being sarcastic, super serious, funny? That's the tone. Here's a super simple rule to lock this in your brain. Mood shows while tone tells. Mood uses things like setting and imagery to build this whole emotional world for you to step into. Tone uses very specific word choices to flat out tell you the narrator's opinion of that world. So let's dive a little deeper into mood. A good way to think of it is like the emotional weather of a story. The author uses the setting, the sights, the sounds, the smells, to make you feel a certain way before anyone even says a single word. Okay, take this super famous line from Carl Sandburg's poem, Fog. It's incredibly short, but listen closely to the feeling this imagery creates. The fog comes on little cat feet. You feel that, right? The author doesn't just come out and say, the fog was calm. No, he shows it to us by comparing it to the quiet, soft, graceful movements of a cat. And the result? We immediately get this feeling of calm and peace. That feeling you're having right now? That is the mood. All right, so that's mood. Now let's flip the coin and talk about tone. If mood is the weather of the story, then tone is the narrator's commentary on it. It's all about their attitude, and it comes through in their specific voice. Now, check this out for a second. The subject here is, well, getting eaten by a lion. I mean, that's a pretty terrifying concept, isn't it? But just listen to how the narrator talks about it. So the situation is literally life or death, but the tone? It's the complete opposite. The rhyming, the casual delivery, it's all so humorous and playful. The author's treating this absolutely horrifying scenario like it's some funny little field guide. That lighthearted attitude, which is so different from the scary subject, that's the tone. Okay, so a lot of the time, mood and tone are best buddies. They work together in perfect harmony. The author's attitude totally matches the atmosphere they're creating. And when that happens, you get this really powerful, unified emotional experience. For example, let's look at Robert Frost's Fire and Ice. The topic is the end of the world, which, creates a pretty gloomy, serious mood. And the author's tone? It matches perfectly. It's very matter-of-fact, almost resigned. Or check out A Tiger in the Zoo. The mood feels melancholy and frustrated for the tiger. The narrator's tone is sympathetic and critical of the situation, which just doubles down on that feeling. In both cases, mood and tone are working together to make the poem hit even harder. But, and this is where things get really, really interesting, sometimes the most powerful effect happens when mood and tone are actually fighting each other. This clash can create some incredible tension and tell us so much about the characters, like in the poem Amanda. First up, we hear the parent's voice, and the tone is just so critical, right? Don't bite your nails, stop that slouching. It immediately creates this oppressive mood of just constant nagging. It makes us feel trapped. But then, boom, we jump right inside Amanda's head. And the world there, it's a completely different universe. The mood is all about peaceful, blissful escape. It's this beautiful, quiet underwater fantasy that's the total opposite of that nagging tone. And just like that, we're yanked right back to reality. The parent's tone is even more frustrated now, more intense. You can feel the pressure building.
So what does Amanda do? She escapes even further into her imagination. Now she's Rapunzel, all alone in a peaceful tower where no one can bother her. This stark contrast, this back and forth between the parents' harsh, critical tone and Amanda's yearning, escapist mood, that's the whole point of the poem. It shows us exactly how deep her desire for freedom really is.
So let's bring it all together. What's the big takeaway? It's this. Mood is the atmosphere of the world, the thing that you feel. Tone is the character's or narrator's attitude about that world. Once you can spot the difference and see if they're working together or fighting each other, you unlock this whole other layer of emotional depth in any story you read.
And I'll leave you with this little challenge. This stuff isn't just in books. Next time you're watching a movie, pay attention. Listen to the soundtrack, the music. That's building the mood. Then listen closely to the dialogue and how the actors say their lines. That's setting the tone. How are those two things being used to play with your emotions? Because once you start noticing it, you'll see it absolutely everywhere.